You are making your life harder than it needs to be because you're ignoring the one Stoic rule that fixes everything. Control what you can, ignore what you can't. That's it. One line. One principle. But you treat it like a suggestion instead of what it actually is. A razor that cuts through confusion, weakness, self-pity, and fear. You waste energy chasing things outside your control. What they think of you, whether they text back, how fast your career grows, how much you're praised, when Epictetus already warned you. Freedom begins the moment you stop tying your emotions to outcomes you can't govern. Every time you obsess over external results, you hand your peace over to strangers, algorithms, markets, and moods. And here's the hidden cost. You start mistaking volatility for personal failure. You assume you're not good enough when you're actually just trying to steer a ship through someone else's storm. The Stoics didn't just preach discipline, they weaponized it. Marcus Aurelius didn't control Roman politics, war, or betrayal, but he controlled himself, and that made him unshakable. When you stop wasting mental effort on what you can't command, your focus sharpens like a blade. You stop flinching at criticism because you weren't doing it for applause. You stop fearing loss because your identity was never tied to possessions. You stop delaying joy because you realize satisfaction comes from how you live, not what you have. This is the rule that reorders everything. Your emotions start obeying reason instead of impulse. That moment when someone disrespects you and you don't react? That's Stoicism. That moment when your plans fall apart and you pivot instead of spiral? That's real strength. Control what you can, ignore what you can't, not to avoid responsibility, but to double down where it matters. You don't control the job offer, but you control your preparation. You don't control how people treat you, but you control your boundaries. You don't control the world, but you control your response. And that's where your power has been hiding this whole time. People think Stoicism is about suppressing emotions, but here's the truth most won't tell you. It's about rerouting your emotions toward what actually matters. You're not supposed to feel nothing, you're supposed to feel right. Grief with dignity, anger with principle, joy without addiction. The Stoics knew something you're only just starting to realize. You can't win a game when you keep playing by someone else's rules. Every scroll, every comparison, every expectation you inherit from the outside world corrodes your inner fortress. But the Stoic rule strips it all away. You get one battleground, your character. And when you win there, the rest becomes noise. This is the shocking reason so many people stay miserable. They're brilliant at everything except managing their own mind. They build companies, networks, even empires, but they collapse when someone disrespects them online. Seneca warned us that it's not suffering that harms us, it's how we interpret the suffering. Pain becomes poison only when we decide it means we're cursed, unlucky, or weak. But if you see pain as training, as a forge for discipline, then even your worst days become fuel. The secret that no one wants to admit is this. Most of your anxiety comes from wanting control over things that were never yours to begin with. You fear rejection because you think it defines you. You chase approval because you think it validates you. You can't sleep because your mind is solving problems it can't touch. And this is the hidden trap. The more you grip what's uncontrollable, the more you suffocate your own power. But when you follow the rule, control what you can, ignore what you can't, you start operating from clarity. You take action, not as a gamble for external reward, but as a reflection of internal values. You become dangerous, not in the reckless sense, but in the calm, precise way that people respect without understanding. They'll wonder why you don't flinch, why you don't chase, why you don't explain. And it's because you're finally aligned with something deeper than emotion, principle. You've stopped negotiating with life. You've decided that your energy is sacred and not everything deserves a response. The Stoics weren't cold, they were precise. They didn't avoid love, risk, or ambition. They just didn't worship them. You can pursue excellence, but not obsess over recognition. You can build wealth, but not be owned by it. You can love fully, but not lose yourself in it. The balance is this: total effort, zero attachment. And that's the paradox. The more you stop needing a certain outcome, the better your results get. Because now your actions are fueled by purpose, not panic. And here's your warning: the world will try to pull you back into the chaos. It will sell you urgency, outrage, shortcuts, noise. You'll be tempted to react, to scroll, to defend yourself, to beg, to prove, to chase. But you have to remember, none of that is in your control. Only your response is. So control it. Ruthlessly. Daily. Make it your discipline to be immovable when others collapse, intentional when others react, focused when others scatter. If you do this, if you make this rule your spine, then nothing can break you. Not failure, not loss, not betrayal. Because your peace was never built on sand. It was forged in fire, chosen moment by moment, protected by the one rule that fixes everything. Control what you can. Ignore what you can't. And let the rest burn. If this sparked something in you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next Stoic lesson. Just like discipline, your small action today can create a big impact tomorrow, in yourself, and in someone out there who needs to hear this.